Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Damaris Everyday and I am Damaris. And tonight I am going to show you how I painted my dark Halloweenish type of house using these paper mache houses that my mom bought some time ago. And I know I jacked one for Christmas and I finished painting hers, but I took one and I decided I'm going to paint this one just for me. So I will leave the link below for the house and all of the supplies that I used to actually make this haunted house or my dark house, because it's not as Halloween-y as most haunted houses, but it is perfect for me. That's what makes these houses so good, is that, or so great, excuse me, is that you can actually do whatever you want. I'm going to add lights to it. They glow orange and purple, and I got those from Walmart. I got pretty much everything except the house from Walmart, and yeah, Walmart and Biglots, I think, but I'll tell you guys where I got everything else as I go. So I'm going to paint the inside this iridescent type of multicolor pink that I found. It's acrylic paint. Just a small vial was all I needed. I was worried that I may need two of them, but as memory serves, with the previous house, I only needed the one vial. So I'll be using that, and I got this glossy black acrylic paint, also from Walmart, and I'm going to paint that on the outside. I was going to sand down the house because, as you can see, the front of it, my mom started painting it like a beige type of color, and then she stopped. But I'm going to just paint over it. I'm not going to sand it. I think it adds to the kind of like the worn down type of house kind of effect. So let's get started. All right, so first what I did, obviously you want to make sure that whatever surface that you're using is covered. And again, I just took a plastic, like a garbage bag, and just laid that down. It's reusable, and it protects like my actual fabrics and backdrops and things like that I use. And so the first thing I'm going to do is actually get started and paint the inside of the house first. Painting the inside of the house was actually, doing that first was actually pretty smart, because I really didn't want to paint like the outside of the house and have to repaint the inside and have pink oozing out of the front. That would have been way harder to clean up. Iridescent paint is way harder to clean up than a matte paint. So it's good to kind of start, if you have specialty paint, start with that first. It took several coats to do this, just to let you know. At least 2 or 3 coats each one, and I let them dry over the period of like a day at a time. So this project in itself was not all in one day. This took like several days to finish, maybe 4, if you kind of just let the paint dry as you go. So we're good with the pink. The pink is all done on the inside, a couple days later, of course. And then I just went ahead and went to work on the black paint and the glossy acrylic paint that I got from Walmart. And again, the black paint it's a lot thicker than an iridescent paint, but I still went over it with several coats, because I do kind of water down my acrylic paint as I go, to get a better coverage. You you don't want the paint to be too clunky, especially on this, because it will raise the paper. It is paper, so it'll raise it up, and you'll get a lot of bumps and things like that. And really, if you want them to go down or dry properly without the bumps staying, it's best to kind of just do one coat at a time. Okay, so once I was finished with the actual the body of the house, the top of the house, or the sorry, once I was finished with the body of the house, I started painting the top of the house, and I couldn't figure out if I wanted to do the inside of the of the top of the house in black, like all black, even on the inside, and I opted to kind of make sure that I do that exactly the same way that the body of the house is. So top of the house is black, and the body, or excuse me, the top of the house is black and the inside of the house is pink, just like the body. So yeah, this is just me painting the house, again using a little bit of water so the paint doesn't get too clunky, and again several coats, letting them dry overnight each time, or at least within 4 hours before going back, to make sure that there are no bumps or raises in the house. Yay! And this is the end result. I think it turned out absolutely adorable. I love the contrast with the extremely dark, even though the paint is glossy. I mean, it is extremely black, like jet black, and the inside being the iridescent pink that reflects the gold a little bit, and a little bit of the purple. I think that the contrast, it worked out beautifully. So I'm really, really happy about this house. And now it's time for the lights. I'm so excited about the lights. The lights that I used are from the blinking orange and purple lights that I used are actually from Walmart, and they were about $5. And this was the most tedious part of making this house. I knew that I didn't want to just shove the lights on the inside. I was like, this is boring. I wanted them on the outside, and I wanted them to wrap around all of the parts of the house that had windows. The one string of lights that I used, this string of lights was actually 6 feet long, and had to keep twisting and twisting until I at least took it down to like a half of that, and it was at least 3 feet. I'm sorry. And it was just, it felt like it took forever because it kept unraveling. Even though it was this, this pliable, bendable metal, it just had to keep being rewrapped to make sure that it was tight enough. So when I bent it and put it on the house, use it as glue gun, that it wouldn't come apart. So use the glue gun, let that set, and not so bad because a lot of the glue debris kind of looked like spider webs. So I was pretty happy about that. I used a clothespin to keep them in place as I glued like each corner down. So pretty good on that, and ta-da, worked pretty well. Excuse the background, everybody. I'm moving, so there's just a whole lot of crap everywhere. But, and my mom's bowl, that's not crap, But everything else in the back, that's my crap. It's just really, really, it just turned out so well. So I'm really just extremely excited about that. And it looks so good. Like, just talking about it, I can't wait for you guys to see it completely done after I got finished with everything. But these are the lights. The house is painted, the lights are on, and now it's time to make the trees. And what did I do? I used a sprig that I got from JoAnns Fabrics for about $6. And I knew that I wanted the glittery parts of it, and I couldn't find anything like that. So I just bought this one sprig from JoAnns Fabrics, and I took those off, and it was 2 and 2, four small ones, and basically with this cute little spider. Don't forget that. I'm keeping that just because, but I took 2 and 2 and I just twisted them together to make two big branchy type spooky trees to put on the front. So pretty excited about that. They were very tedious and actually got on my nerves a lot. So the bottom was not, it wasn't flat or flush or anything. So I kind of had to bend the bottom a little bit and literally just set them in just a pool of hot glue, which you will see me doing in just a moment. So here I am testing my luck with this. I really did not know if this would work or not. And I was like, well, hell, we've gotten this far and I don't care. As you can see, there's already a little pool of glue at the bottom where the lights were. But I just removed the debris, plopped down some more glue, and, stuck the tree in it. And it actually worked out. Not without its challenges, but it still actually worked out. I figured, you set it down and it'll dry, it's fine. And then I was like, then the trees were like poking out and doing whatever the hell they wanted to. I was like, what the hell? Screw the trees. I'm just not going to do it. But I was like, nah, we're getting these trees on because I really, really wanted them. And it was just so frustrating. That's like my third try, I think, that I'm looking at, to be honest. And then I was like, screw it, I'm taking this off and I'm regrouping, and I realized I needed a bigger pool of glue, and it stood up. And then what I did is I took some of the sprigs and actually glued them to the house. And that is how I was able to get these little trees to stand up. And I figured, not a big deal. I will just paint the bottoms where these big pools of gooey glue. I will just paint them and leave the debris of the glue on the trees because they do kind of look like spider webs. So good deal. And I was able to get them both on the same way. So they are both actually glued to the house and on both the top and the bottom. Turn the lights on and I'm happy. This looks so good. I love the contrast. I love that it's extremely, it's really jet black. And the fact that it's also shiny glossy. And I know that this is going to look really good on my desk. I'm glad I didn't opt for a real like, put a jack-o'-lantern and, candy pumpkins and candy corns and stuff on. No, I didn't want it Halloweeny. I just wanted it to be super dark. And I'm really, really satisfied with this. So all I did afterwards is I painted that mound of glue that really got on my nerves. I was like, no, that's gotta go. But again, kind of glued the trees to the top of the house and the bottom. And once I go ahead and paint them, I will add more lights. I totally forgot. I did. I added more lights on the inside. I found these lights at Biglots. And Biglots already have their Halloween decorations on closeout because they're starting to put up for Christmas. Fine with me. So I got a string of these deep purple type lights. They do blink, but I didn't use them. Excuse the shaking camera, but hey. They do blink, but I didn't put them in there to blink. I wanted it to be a solid view on them, but I think that was just perfect. That is exactly what the house needed, just that inside glow to offset that pink and purple. And now we have the blinking orange and purple. We have the glittery trees up front. I painted the bottom of all of the glue is now painted, so the house is totally finished. I'm so very much satisfied with it. It looks really cool even in the dark. It just looks really good, and I know it looks really good on my desk or the shelf. It just glows even with all the lights out. So you kind of see the door and the spooky windows and the tree branches and the lights. So this was a really good project for me. My last project until everything is settled in my new home. At the beginning of November, I would say I'll be settled the first week in November. Hopefully everything will be done and I'll get back to recording with you guys. But I just wanted to share this with you. This was a lot of fun. Again, I will leave everything that I used on the in the links in the description of this video. I really do hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys go out and do something crafty and creative for any day, anytime that you want. You guys, this has been awesome. This is Damaris Everyday. I am Damaris. Thank you so much for being with me with making my little dark house. I cannot wait to come back and do more videos with you guys. That will be soon. So thank you, and enjoy.